Hello everyone. Today I'm going to introduce the concept of flipped classroom. In the article The Flipped Classroom, a survey of the research, the author talked about the history of the flipped classroom. As technology developed such as online learning in last century, and also MIT's open access learning foundation such as the Khan Academy, flipped classroom concept also developed. And the flipped classroom is interactive group learning activities inside the classroom. It combines the concept of student-centered learning and teacher-centered learning. It also includes different kinds of learning styles, such as problem-based learning and active learning. In conclusion, the author mentioned that there is no sufficient evidence to warrant this type of learning, and additional research is needed. In the other article, the author discussed with Stephanie Sheridan. She is a elementary school teacher and she teaches fourth graders. They talk about the increasing number of flipped classroom that more and more schools use this type of method. It gives instructors the opportunity to incorporate active learning into classroom. However, students' opinions about the flipped classroom are mixed, that the outcome remains unknown, but people think it will succeed. Scholar Weilang He also made research on the flipped classroom. He introduced that flipped classroom is combining the online education and active learning together. It provides more time in learning by combining the two concepts. For example, students can learn the lecture ahead of time. In-class lecture now becomes online learning format. He also conducted 3 different studies. The first one, he and his colleague find out that there are little advantage than in-class learning. However, they also received some feedback that students are not used to the pre-class learning method. In the second study, they solved the problem with pre-class learning. However, they found some technical issues that students have same IP address can cause connection problem when using iClicker. They found out that second-year students can gain more benefits than first-year students, and second-year females gain more benefits than male. Probably because second-year students have more learning experience and they have better self-discipline. In a third study, they found out students have more positive attitude as they are getting used to the flipped classroom concept. And lower GPA students tend to do better. He also makes some suggestions about using flipped classroom. He said that teachers should pay attention to pre-class content quality, and they can prepare some quizzes or assignments for the pre-class lecture. Teachers should start with simple instruction at the beginning, avoid teaching all the content in pre-class lecture. And what is the flipped classroom model and what does it look like? The Clinton-Dale High School and the Bullitt schools, the teachers, they also use the flipped classroom model. It turns traditional learning upside down. Students learn by themselves and do practice in class. They also found out some advantage of using the flipped classroom model. Because they record the lectures every time, so students can repeat watching. And they can spend more time for one-on-one help in class. Teachers can find their own way of teaching. However, there are some financial issues that students are not able to afford technology. The schools provide them extra time in video lab at school. At the end of the video, the school find out that the graduation rate increases when they use the flipped classroom model. I think the flipped classroom model includes the idea of participatory culture, that students are able to learn from online resources and they can do discussion in class. Some of my classes also practice the flipped classroom and I really like it because we can watch the recorded video before class and we can ask more questions in lecture. Sometimes I think it can be more efficient than in class lecture. However, it requires high self-regulation, that students need time for adjustment or they might not able to make improvement if this type of learning style do not fit them. Or if they do not watch the video, it is not going to make effect on them. Technical issues can be a big problem too. Here is the end of my presentation, and thank you for listening.